Chosen one, while you were questioning yourself and wondering why that connection felt so off, the universe was already at work, pulling back the curtain on one of the most twisted webs of deception you've ever encountered. The truth that's about to come out, it's explosive, it's undeniable, and it's going to confirm that every gut feeling you had was divine protection, shouting at you to escape before the entire illusion collapsed and took everyone down with it. You walked into their life like an angel, bringing light where there was only shadow, offering love where there was only manipulation. You showed them what real loyalty feels like, what soul-level connection truly is. You were the warmth in their cold world, the sweetness in their bitterness, and the truth in the midst of all their lies. From the start, Intoa, they saw that you weren't like anyone else. Where others faked it, you were real. Where others played games, you stood in honesty. You were the authentic one in a sea of imposters, and they knew it. You embodied everything they secretly longed for: peace instead of chaos, faithfulness instead of a betrayal, love instead of strategy. But here's the tragedy. They were so entangled in their own dysfunction, they couldn't reach for the life raft you held out. Instead of embracing the blessing right in front of them, they chose to stay trapped in the very nightmare you were sent to help them escape. The reason they've been pulling away, growing distant, and acting strangely isn't because they don't want you. The devastating truth is that they want you so desperately, it's eating them alive. But deep down, they know they don't deserve you. They've been hiding something so catastrophic and soul-crushing that they couldn't bear to let you see what their real life actually looks like. They knew that if you ever discovered what was truly happening behind the scenes, you'd run so fast in the opposite direction that you'd leave nothing but skid marks behind. They knew you'd never look at them the same way again, and their chances with you would be destroyed forever. So while you've been lying awake at night questioning your own value, wondering why you weren't enough and beating yourself up for not being chosen, the universe has actually been working overtime to show you something incredible. You are what people spend their entire lives searching for. You are the one that got away, the person they'll spend the rest of their existence regretting that they lost. You are the person they'll compare every future connection to, and no one else will ever measure up. You have become the standard they'll never reach again, the dream they can't let go of, and the haunting what if that will linger with them for the rest of their days. You're not someone who settles for being a secret when you deserve to be someone's proudest announcement. Nor do you accept being just an option when you know deep down you're meant to be the priority. This level of self-worth is intimidating for people who are used to manipulating others into settling for far less than they deserve. The difference between you and the absolute chaos unraveling in their life is so stark, so dramatic, it almost feels unreal. While you stand for peace, stability, loyalty, and genuine love, they chose someone who embodies pure destruction, endless drama, betrayal, and emotional warfare. This wasn't bad timing or a sign that you weren't good enough. This was divine intervention actively protecting you from a situation that would have shattered your peace and destroyed your happiness. You were being saved from a disaster you didn't even know you needed saving from. The person you've been connected to isn't just dealing with typical relationship issues. They're trapped in a marriage that reads like a crime thriller. They're not separated, not in a gray area, but fully and legally married, all while their spouse leads a double life so deceptive it makes soap operas look tame. This spouse is currently pregnant, but the child isn't even their partner's. An earthquake-level truth that changes everything. While you were under the impression you were up against a loving marriage, the reality was a toxic sham. The spouse's cheating has been so extensive and reckless that it resulted in pregnancy by someone else. And to make things worse, they also contracted a sexually transmitted disease. They've been hiding both the pregnancy and the infection, putting their partner's health at risk every single day. The level of disrespect and betrayal is staggering. The person you care about has refused intimacy because they sense something was deeply wrong, living more like hostile roommates than lovers, fully aware they couldn't trust their spouse. This is the chaos they chose over something real and beautiful with you. This is the nightmare they picked instead of the joy and peace you offered. Right now, this person is in complete psychological collapse. After their suspicions became impossible to ignore, they hired a private investigator, and the evidence uncovered left no room for denial. Hotel receipts lining up perfectly with suspicious late-night work claims, explicit texts, hidden pregnancy tests, and photos painting a story no one deserves to endure. The investigation revealed a web of deception so elaborate and calculated that it's clear this wasn't just a mistake. It was an ongoing, coordinated betrayal. The spouse has been living a double life right under their partner's nose. And now, looking at the positive pregnancy test, your person knows for certain the baby isn't theirs. They haven't been intimate in months. They've been protecting themselves because deep down they always knew a day of reckoning would come and the truth would surface sooner or later. Chosen one, you didn't stumble on this message by accident. You were summoned. You're here because something ancient in your spirit recognized this frequency, something only the rarest souls can feel. Quick pause, family. If this message resonates with your soul and you want to support this sacred work, feel free to buy me a coffee. It keeps this space flowing with truth, light, and divine clarity. The link is in the description, and don't forget to drop number 88 in the comments. Let's keep going. The moment they saw the evidence, everything suddenly clicked into place. All the suspicious behaviors, flimsy excuses, and those times their spouse got defensive or deflected even the simplest questions. It became clear that they weren't paranoid or insecure. They were sensing real deception all along. This is the moment they're truly realizing just how much they gave up by staying in such a toxic situation instead of embracing something genuine and beautiful with you. Now they can see the stark contrast between someone who would betray them in the most devastating way and someone like you, who would have given unwavering loyalty and faithfulness forever. The real reason they pulled away, ghosted you, and suddenly became unavailable had nothing to do with you not being enough. They simply couldn't face the humiliation of admitting they were trapped in a marriage with someone actively destroying their life and health. They knew your character and your standards, understood you would never accept being anyone's second choice, especially not to someone treating them with such blatant disrespect and cruelty. You deserved honesty, transparency, and someone who could be fully available, confident, than to confess they were actually stuck in a soul-poisoning situation, too weak to leave a marriage that was destroying them. That ghosting, which felt like the cruelest rejection, was in reality the kindest protection you could have received. Divine forces were working tirelessly to keep you from a situation that could have endangered you physically and emotionally. The spouse they're dealing with is deeply unstable, unpredictable, and potentially violent, meaning you could have faced threats, harassment, or even worse just by being involved. You might have gotten angry late-night phone calls, seen your property vandalized, or been dragged into legal drama and custody battles you never signed up for. Every canceled plan, every busy excuse, every time they seemed distracted was divine intervention, doing everything possible to shield you from becoming collateral damage in someone else's chaos. Right now, what's happening to this person is karma in action, swift, precise, and unavoidable. Their spouse, the one they thought was worth protecting over you, is now either missing or in hiding as the consequences of their actions spiral out of control. Imagine a pregnant person with a sexually transmitted disease fleeing the scene just as their web of lies is exposed. Now your person is stuck with legal paperwork and custody battles for a child that isn't even theirs, all while their private pain becomes public scandal. Their marriage is now the subject of gossip and speculation, with people dissecting every detail over coffee, judging their choices over dinner, and using them as a warning about ignoring red flags. Their most intimate betrayal has become the community's latest entertainment, and even friends who once respected them are now questioning how they could have missed the signs. The phrase, "How did you not see this coming?" is whispered everywhere. Years of carefully built reputation are collapsing in just days. Professional relationships turning awkward, family gatherings getting tense as people choose sides, and their entire social world crumbling because of one person's devastating choices. Meanwhile, the affair partner, whether a friend or a trusted family member, is also dealing with their own fallout. This is more than just adultery. It's a betrayal, destroying families, ending friendships, and making lifelong enemies. The shock waves are touching everyone involved, And while their universe is imploding, yours is about to expand in the most breathtaking ways. You've been given divine clearance to explore new possibilities, to see what else the world holds for someone of your unique caliber. The universe has essentially rolled out the red carpet and is inviting you to finally claim the love and happiness you truly deserve. You have multiple high-quality people already interested in you, quietly waiting for the right moment to step forward and show you what genuine love really looks like. These individuals aren't seeking games, drama, or complicated entanglements. They're mature, stable, and looking for something lasting and beautiful. They've been watching how you've handled this confusing situation with such grace, dignity, and wisdom. They're genuinely impressed by your patience, your integrity, and your unwavering standards. They recognize quality when they see it and are prepared to treat you accordingly. Among these potential connections, you may find someone who owns property, has their finances in perfect order, and is emotionally ready for a serious, committed relationship. Someone free of baby drama, disease scares, divorce chaos, or any other turbulence. They're mentally healthy, emotionally available, and financially stable. Everything the other person wasn't and could never be. The contrast will be so striking, so completely night and day, that you'll wonder why you ever wanted to be involved in that dysfunction in the first place. You're attracting people who have their lives together precisely because you have yours together. You're drawing in quality because you are the very definition of it. Your social circle is about to expand with individuals who share your values, your vision for the future, and your commitment to building something meaningful. No more settling for those who can't match your energy, your loyalty, or your emotional maturity. All of this was orchestrated by divine forces to remove you from a situation that would have destroyed your peace, damaged your health, and maybe even endangered your safety. You were the test that was failed spectacularly. You represented the path to genuine happiness, but they chose the comfort of familiar dysfunction instead. You were meant to be their wake-up call, the inspiration for them to leave a toxic marriage and choose happiness over habit, love over convenience, peace over chaos. Instead, they chose to stay trapped in a situation that slowly killed their spirit. Though the universe does not play when it comes to protecting its chosen ones. Every moment you felt rejected was actually a moment you were being shielded from trauma. Every time they pulled away, divine forces were stepping in to prevent you from becoming entangled in someone else's nightmare. The timing of this revelation is perfect. You're discovering the truth precisely when you need to understand why everything happened the way it did. You're getting confirmation that your instincts were spot on. Your standards were more than justified, and your decision to protect your peace was incredibly wise. You're beginning to understand something that will completely shift your perspective. You are nothing like the person they married. You don't cheat, you don't lie, you don't play with people's hearts and health. You are loyal, genuine, trustworthy, invaluable. Everything their spouse isn't and never will be. This realization is setting you free from any lingering feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt. Their spouse's behavior is a reflection of them and their judgment, not a statement about your worthiness of love. The fact that they stayed in a marriage with someone who treats them so poorly tells you everything you need to know about their standards and their level of self-respect. Your standards aren't too high. Their standards are catastrophically low. Your refusal to accept being someone's second choice was not you being difficult. It was you knowing your worth and protecting your heart. Every boundary you set, every moment you refused to compromise your values, you were saving yourself from this exact nightmare. You now understand that you don't have time to wait around for someone to figure out how to escape their self-imposed prison. Life doesn't pause for someone else's drama. While they're tied up in divorce paperwork, custody battles, and court appearances, you could be building something truly beautiful with someone who is actually available and worthy. The difference between you and their spouse is like comparing diamonds to broken glass. You represent everything good: love, loyalty, honesty, commitment, respect, while their spouse represents everything destructive: deception, betrayal, selfishness, and cruelty. You're realizing that divine forces protected you not just from their chaos, but from the trauma of discovering their spouse's true nature firsthand. You could have been the one getting those threatening calls, finding evidence of cheating, or worrying about diseases. Instead, someone extraordinary is about to step into your life. Someone who wants something real, committed, and beautiful with you. This person isn't married, isn't dragging along baby drama, or the emotional baggage of betrayal and trust issues. The people coming into your life now are mentally healthy, emotionally available, and truly ready to build something lasting and meaningful with you. On top of that, financial blessings are beginning to align in your favor. All the emotional energy you have spent worrying about someone else's chaos is about to be redirected toward opportunities that will profoundly elevate your own life. Think money, career advancement, and material blessings arriving as a reward for your patience, wisdom, and the choices you've made. You're about to undergo a transformation that will make you even more radiant and attractive than before. People will see you glowing with genuine happiness, thriving in every aspect of your life and radiating a joy that's simply contagious. The person who lost you will witness this evolution from a painful distance, forced to watch as your circumstances shift for the better. Your living situation may improve dramatically. Your career could suddenly take a huge leap forward, and your health and vitality will soar now that the stress and confusion of the past have left your system. Every area of your life is about to benefit from the wisdom of choosing yourself. Your revenge isn't going to be petty or cruel. It's going to be pure, undeniable, overwhelming success. You're going to live so well, love so openly, and thrive so brilliantly that your happiness will be impossible to overlook or diminish. Your joy will speak volumes. It will be the clearest, most powerful statement you could possibly make. You'll step into an even more beautiful, confident, and powerful version of yourself, and people will be stunned by your transformation. You'll be walking proof of what happens when you choose your own well-being over someone else's dysfunction. The person who let you go will hear nothing but incredible news about your life: career promotions, exciting new relationships, remarkable opportunities, and personal achievements. Your name will become synonymous with success and joy, while their name will be linked to scandal, poor judgment, and public embarrassment. Everyone who saw how they treated you will also witness your spectacular comeback, and they'll know without a doubt who the real prize was in that story. People will compare their ongoing nightmare to your thriving life and draw their own conclusions about who made the better choices. You'll stand as an example of what happens when someone knows their worth and refuses to settle for less. Your journey will inspire others to raise their standards, trust their instincts, and stop accepting treatment that doesn't honor their true value. Your success will be so complete and undeniable that it will make the loss of you feel even more devastating for them. They're going to realize too late that everything they ever wanted was standing right in front of them, and they threw it all away for a disaster that destroyed their own life. Now, as they begin to comprehend the true magnitude of what they've lost, the emotional impact is hitting them harder than ever. They're finally understanding that while you would have been completely loyal, supportive, and faithful, they chose someone who ended up betraying them in the most devastating and unforgivable way imaginable. And now the contrast between what they lost and what they settled for is haunting them day and night. The weight of their decision keeps them awake, replaying every moment in their mind, and even making them physically sick with regret. The reality of what they've done is finally sinking in. They're beginning to understand, maybe for the first time, that they never truly deserved you in the first place. Any thoughts they might have about trying to win you back feel pointless, even shameful, because deep down they know they can't offer you the clean slate, the genuine peace of mind, or the drama-free nurturing relationship you truly deserve. Even their friends might encourage them to reach out, but they're painfully aware that it would be nothing but a selfish attempt and that you would never accept being someone's backup plan, safety net, or afterthought. You're far too intelligent, too valuable, and too self-respecting to ever wait around for someone who only realizes your worth after losing you. The worst part for them is the realization that you are going to move on and fully thrive without them. They know you'll find someone who sees you, appreciates you, and brings you the kind of happiness they never could provide. The fact that they had a chance with someone as extraordinary as you and then destroyed it will be a regret they carry for the rest of their life. Through your actions and your unmistakable energy, you have made your position crystal clear. You do not accept crumbs when you deserve the whole feast. Any future attempt they make to reconnect will be met with the firmest, most unwavering boundaries, because you have absolutely no interest in being anyone's plan B, escape route, or consolation prize. Your loyalty, your love, your time, and your powerful energy are no longer available to them in any form. You have redirected all that beauty and depth towards someone who will truly appreciate, cherish, and reciprocate it. When you step into your next relationship, your faithfulness and devotion will be total, an experience they will never have from you again. You are committed to protecting your newfound happiness and will not allow anyone from your past to contaminate your peace or disrupt the blessings you've worked so hard to attract. You've learned that people who genuinely value you will never put you in situations where you have to question your worth or fight for their attention. You now know that the right person will never make you feel like you're asking for too much, just by expecting respect, honesty, and loyalty. What's most powerful about your new stance is that it's not rooted in anger or bitterness, but in clarity and self-awareness. You've moved on because it was the logical, healthy choice. And you've chosen yourself because you finally understand that you have always been worthy of that choice. Every blessing flowing into your life now is a direct reward for the courage you showed in not settling for dysfunction dressed up as love. The patience, wisdom, and strength you demonstrated by walking away from toxicity is being compensated by the universe in the form of abundance, joy, and genuine connections. The person who lost you will have no choice but to watch from the sidelines as you receive everything they could have given you, everything they should have given you, but instead see you being loved, honored, and valued by someone who recognizes your worth from the very beginning and treats you accordingly. They are going to witness your happiness from afar, watching every step of your transformation with a growing sense of regret and longing, knowing deep in their soul that it could have been theirs. Every smile you share, every achievement you celebrate, every new chapter you open will become a daily reminder of what they foolishly let slip away. The realization will haunt them not just for a season, but for years, maybe even a lifetime. They'll scroll through social media and see you glowing, hear your name spoken with admiration, and feel the sting of knowing that your joy, your peace, your new beginnings were all within their reach and now forever out of their grasp. Your success, your laughter, the visible peace in your life will echo through their memories, reminding them not just of what they lost, but of how preventable their loss truly was. What this experience has taught you is the kind of wisdom that money can't buy and time can't erase. You've learned through the fire of heartbreak and confusion that your worth isn't dependent on someone else's choice or validation. You are not valuable because someone chooses you. You are valuable because you exist, because you bring light and love to every space you enter, and because your soul's worth is absolute, intrinsic, and untouchable. The right people, those who are meant to share your journey, will never need convincing of your worth. They'll see it in the way you carry yourself, in the kindness you show, in the standards you uphold. You won't have to argue for their respect, beg for their affection, or prove yourself worthy of love. Instead, your only job is to refuse to accept treatment that doesn't honor your value, to walk away from anything that falls short of what you deserve, and to remember that self-respect is your birthright, not a privilege to be earned. Now, as you stand on the other side of this lesson, you are becoming living proof of what's possible when someone finally embraces their true worth. Your story is turning into a beacon for others, a source of hope, courage, and inspiration. People will look to you and see a model of strength, someone who refused to be diminished by rejection or defined by someone else's poor judgment. You're giving others permission to raise their standards, to trust their intuition, and to say no to relationships, jobs, and situations that drain them rather than nurture them. Your journey is teaching everyone who crosses your path that the pain of letting go is nothing compared to the peace of reclaiming yourself. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, was never punishing you with disappointment. It was preparing you, recalibrating your path, and gently steering you away from a future that would have stolen your joy. Every no you received was actually a cosmic yes to something greater, something stable, nourishing, and full of promise. You were the test that the other person failed so catastrophically. You were the blessing they could not see, the miracle that passed right through their hands. But in failing that test, they set you free. Their inability to appreciate your heart became the shield that protected you from years of unnecessary pain. Their devastating loss became the beginning of your liberation, the spark that ignited your self-discovery and self-love. Divine forces, unseen but unfailing, have been guarding you every step of the way. Every unanswered question, every silent night, every teardrop was actually the universe intervening on your behalf, refusing to let you be consumed by someone else's chaos. You were spared trauma you can't even imagine, shielded from heartbreak that would have left scars for years, and protected from an environment that would have contaminated your soul. What felt like confusion was actually clarity being born. What felt like delay was preparation for a far greater destiny. Now your future is limitless. You're standing at the edge of infinite possibilities because you chose not to settle for dysfunction masquerading as love. You refuse to mistake turbulence for passion or secrecy for romance. You've seen through the illusions that so many fall for, and you've come to know that real love is peaceful, steady, and safe. It doesn't thrive on secrets or drama. It flourishes in trust, honesty, and exclusivity. You are a chosen one, set apart by destiny, and you'll never again accept scraps from tables where you deserve to be the honored guest. The days of second-guessing your worth are over. Your story is not ending with the heartbreak of rejection. It's beginning with the triumphant recognition of your own power. The right person for you is being prepared by the universe, a person who will be in awe of your resilience, grateful for your standards, and moved by the depth of your heart. This person will not hesitate to treasure you, celebrate you, and love you exactly as you deserve. They will see what the other person was too distracted, too wounded, or too afraid to recognize. And their gratitude will be a daily affirmation of the choice you made to honor yourself. Ultimately, your greatest victory is not just that you sidestepped their disaster, but that you emerged knowing your worth, loving yourself deeper, and standing tall in your truth. Every new blessing, every opportunity, every healthy relationship, every joyful experience will be a direct result of the courage you showed to walk away from what was never worthy of you. As your new life begins to unfold, people won't see your transformation as a stroke of luck. They'll recognize it as the natural result of someone who finally chose themselves. You are becoming the example, the one who inspires others to rise, to believe again, and to never settle for less than they deserve. Your best days aren't behind you. They're just beginning. And yes, the best is yet to come. That's all for today. Dear Father, I come before you asking for the growth of my faith. Help me to trust you even when what I see doesn't align with what I hope. Let me rest in the truth of your constant presence, knowing you are never here to harm me. Your plans for me are filled with hope, purpose, and a future full of good things. Thank you, gracious and eternal Father, for always hearing my voice. I lift this prayer to you in the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you, Jesus, for your unfailing love and abundant provision. I am truly grateful for your presence in my life and the overflow of blessings you bring. If this message resonated with your spirit, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder of their worth and purpose. Drop a comment below about your journey and how you're preparing for your victorious return. If you feel led to support this work, you can do so through Buy Me a Coffee. Your support helps us continue to improve and reach more souls with encouragement and truth. No gift is too small, whether it's a penny, a prayer, or a share. Your kindness spreads light and keeps the message going. Don't stop here. Watch our next video where we uncover powerful signs that reveal you are truly one of the chosen ones. We've been honored to walk this spiritual path alongside you. Thank you for staying with us through every word. Keep shining, keep believing, and above all, embrace your divine destiny with boldness. Until next time, blessings to all the beautiful souls out there.